Now, this part is actually the longest part in the entire movie. It's 10 minutes!
I never missed that castle. You know, that place has been there since the year of 1799.
1799? How did she know that? Oh well. But still, that is like centuries old. The death year of George Washington. That's right, I had to look it up. Well, I didn't have to. Yep, there's Alvin. Yeah, honestly, I feel like clowns are mistreated. With the exceptions of stuff like It or the killer clowns from outer space, I feel like other clowns are actually quite harmless because they're supposed to be harmless. They're just costumed people. And yes, there was that creepy clown sighting thing, but that just felt like a complete joke. The same thing also applies to puppets. Oh, nice little montage right here of Charlie and Annie. And the spell is broken. Thanks to the power of true love. Of course, true love fixed it. How predictable. Yeah, exactly. Just like what Cuphead said.
Kiss. Yeah, kiss.
Oh yeah, a kiss? Too early for a kiss. Because look who's back.
Huh?
I told you that we weren't done yet. There's still one more phase.
I'm his loved one.
Listen to this.
He did force a kiss.
There we go. The line that Bowser says when he's beating up Mario in the Mario movie. In fact, Zootunist actually pointed that out when I sent him the lines. But then I told him that was the whole idea. Okay, this whole thing of the devil summoning a fire world, it's sort of referencing the final episode of the Cuphead show where the devil forces Chalice into a dance-off, which is where we get the fiery world. However, what's being shown here, it almost felt like the fiery world came from the devil's body and then went into his pitchfork and then he summoned it? Okay, I guess that's a thing. Oh boy, not this again. At least this one is brief and it's finally catching on. By the way, as for that costume, the devil was inspired by that magazine he was looking at earlier. Now clearly, Charlie did not want any of that. He's pushing aside everything that he didn't even want. Yeah, right. Yep. This really shows that they don't care because even though the devil is portrayed as, I don't want to say a loser, but just a pathetic villain. But of course, he'll still do anything he can to have Charlie all to himself, even if it requires stealing his soul or killing Annie.
I'll give you my soul.
But Charlie doesn't want to risk that, therefore he's giving up his soul, but
A self-sacrifice.
wait for it. All of that earlier was indeed payoff. Oh, you see what I did there? I just had Ragatha do a floaty jump. Just like Peach does. Yeah, just having Pomni on the devil's face. Of course, nobody knows who they are except for Snizzle, because he was the one who met them in the first place. Oh yeah, and I had Zooble assemble herself into a bridge. Clever idea. I just thought it would be a really funny idea that the devil still tries to continue, but of course he keeps getting stopped, like how Kinger just beat him up with a pillow. Yep, even Miso gets to do something useful. Torment the devil by being on his head, and finding his pitchfork and sucking on it. Also, the devil loses his pitchfork 4 times in this entire sequence. He drops it when Pomni is on his face, he drops it when Kinger beats him up, he drops it when Jax hits him, and he takes it away from him. Now you may have noticed that Kinger is seen holding on to Miso for the rest of the part, and for the first half of the next part. But then, Dre Higby told me that Kinger is actually afraid of Miso, despite just being a little baby. But I already created the pictures before I knew about that. But Kinger is already a coward anyway. It's in his character. Oh, and there's Jax. Yeah, of course, the devil wasn't actually going to take away Snizzle's soul. I wouldn't let that happen. Plus, I guess Snizzle has a soul along with the other stuffed animals. I mean, how else are they sentient? Oh, and you know what? There was a shot that I forgot to put in. It's when Zooble comes back after assembling herself, and she would have appeared next to Kinger, who was holding Mizo, of course. I kind of regret that, but then again, there was so much else going on. You know what I noticed compared to all the other parts? It seems that Zootunis may have far more lines than I do. Now, this song that's coming up was also a last-minute addition. You see, I did not realize that Jax's voice actor, who is Michael Kovac, I think that's how you pronounce his last name, happened to sing, but it was actually created by a YouTuber known as Jake Neutron. Now, the actual song does contain some speaking lines from Jax, as well as some lines from Ragatha, which are just speaking lines. However, I cut both of them in order to actually fit with what was going on in this scene. The song was mainly about how Jax enjoys torturing people, much to the frustration with everyone. However, in this scene, Jax sings it as he is torturing the devil. Oh yeah, that. Now, Turquoise said that that was a Simpsons reference, as it's famously done with Sideshow Bob. However, it's worth mentioning that gag has actually been a thing even before The Simpsons did it. They just popularized it. Okay, I'll admit, I cannot believe I even did this in the first place. This is probably the most surreal thing I've ever done on my channel. I am super serious about it. But you know what? It works. It's pure genius. Especially, this is a way of giving the devil what he deserves. Having the devil, who is someone who is bad and has done a lot of abusive things, be tormented by someone who may be bad and act sadistic, but he is also kind and caring. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Do you think this might be a historical moment in which Jax and the devil from Cuphead have interacted with each other? If so, I'm really proud of myself for doing that, because I must have made a lot of fans happy. Having two fan favorite characters who happen to be on the Sexapedia, which is the sexy wiki, because that exists. Now, speaking of which, that outfit that I gave Jax, I'll say it does seem to fit with his personality, and I am shocked nobody has done fan art of it. It does also kind of look like something that you would see someone wear in a 80s heavy metal music video. In fact, that's pretty much what this entire scene actually feels like. It feels like a music video for a fantasy film from the 1980s, given the vibe. Oh, Mega Jax! We got Mega Jax here! Boss? And it looks like the devil is getting the abuse he deserves. Only Snizzle and Mizo are enjoying it. Everybody else is just weirded out. Oh yeah, Jax likes to torture people. Of course he does. By the way, that throne that Jax is sitting in is unfortunately AI generated. It was the only one I was able to find, however. Well, the only one that was a PNG. Yep, Jax truly cares about Mizo. In fact, Mizo was the only one who Jax is always nice to. It's like they just show up and they're like, what the heck is going on here? Why is there a tall purple rabbit tormenting the devil? Oh, here we go. Another Mario movie reference, and this is clearly a very obvious one too.
Ew, no.
Exactly. Well said. Yep. Mini Devil.
Hey, he got the blue mushroom.
Of course, there's the exception of putting the devil in a jar. Instead, he gets banished. Now, even though Snizzle doesn't hold on to Mini Devil, Turquoise did do an artwork of him doing so.
Why did you come here? I thought you were on an adventure or something.
Maybe I should do a midquel to this. Should I? I don't know. I got a lot of other things planned, such as my next movie.
Well, thank you very much. You make miracles happen.
Oh, why Snizzle, I'm truly blessed.
Jax?
We help too.
Yeah, I guess I had to have Ragatha scolding Jax by name, because that seems to be a thing. Second time Charlie did a banishment, the first time being in Eric's Grand Adventure. And with the devil truly defeated, everything is back to normal.